This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Good morning. It is 4:27 here on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin with the Iowa Caucuses this morning. All the Democratic candidates there in Iowa looking to see how they could do as the potential presidential candidate.
Yes, so the Democrats really battling it out here in this first state that kicks off their search for their candidate. And what we know from overnight is they're still trying to figure out who won, what the votes are here. They had a system crash, so they're kind of doing a paper trail right now to try and figure out those results. So a little bit of a mess over there in Iowa, and we'll have a look from our folks at ABC about what's going on at this hour.
And where those candidates stand right now. Yeah. Back here at home at the State House, a pregnancy accommodations bill will go before the Senate today.
Yeah, and we are learning that this may not be what people originally hoped who authored the bill. This would have to do with things like workplace accommodations, schedule adjustments, reasonable asks, more water breaks, more bathroom breaks, different things like that to combat our state's high maternal and infant mortality rates. So Kelsey Anderson is going to be breaking down what the bill is about, where it stands today, and the chances it has of becoming an action here in our state, or if this is going to go to more of a study committee type of situation. So Kelsey will have all the details on that, impacting a number of women across our state.
We want to bring in Alyssa Donovan, though. Gone are the days of sunshine and warm temps. It's really nice out right now. I was pleasantly surprised when I walked out my door, but things are about to take a shift.
That's right. So this is as nice as it's going to be today. We're seeing our warmest temperatures right now. This morning we are in the 50s across the area, 59 degrees right around in Indianapolis, but those temperatures are going to start falling off as we head through the day. By about 4 p.m., 5 p.m., temperatures will be closer to about 30 degrees, and we are going to start seeing those rain showers moving in the next couple hours here. Looks like a lot of the activity will be right around central Indiana and then areas to the south. As those temperatures fall, we're going to likely switch over to a wintry mix tonight, and that will probably linger into our tomorrow, and then we do have the potential of seeing some more wintry mix as we head into Thursday. So gone are the very pleasant days. Yesterday we hit a high of 67 degrees.
No kidding.
Yeah, so new record for yesterday.
All right, incredible. Alyssa, thanks so much. And finally, you may remember this story we showed you last week about a company in Florida who was showing shelter dogs on beer cans. You see them there? Well, this turned out to be a great idea because a woman in Minnesota recognized her dog on one of those beer cans. We're going to tell you what happened next, coming up here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 4:30 on Good Morning Indiana, the Iowa Caucuses are the first test in the 2020 presidential primary season, but there's been a delay in the results. What officials say went wrong.
We are focused on a very teeny tiny part of coronaviruses in the grand scheme of things, but the implications can be so profound.
Plus, research being done at Butler University could play a role in gaining a better understanding of the coronavirus.
And a proposal to help Hoosier kids get bike helmets advances in the State House. We'll tell you why a key part of the bill was taken out and how safety advocates are responding. But first, here is 4:30 on your Tuesday. Thanks for waking up early with us. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Alyssa Donovan here, bringing some bad news, unfortunately. We thought we were going full swing into spring, but we're not.
Not quite yet. Not quite. Well, I mean, parts of today are going to feel a little spring-like because we do have some showers moving in, but the temperatures are going to change quickly. We talked about it actually feels really nice outside this morning when you step out, but that's not going to last. We are actually seeing our warmest temperatures this morning, and then we are going to see those temperatures drop off throughout the day. 59 degrees right now in Indianapolis and Martinsville, 58 in Greenfield, but you can see just to the north of us, right around the northwest, Lafayette and Peru, where that cold air is moving in. We have a cold front that's going to pass through as we head through the day, which is going to take our temperatures down. So seeing the warmest temperatures this morning and the driest conditions this morning, that's going to change in the next couple hours here. We already have this wave moving into our southwest counties right around Blue Bloomington, we're starting to see some light showers. We'll continue to see those showers spread into southern Indiana and into central Indiana throughout the mid-morning hours. And then we'll continue to see that in the form of rain to start. We'll stay pretty dry to the north at first before we start to see that spread up to the north. And then by the evening, that's when we are going to see that potential of a wintry mix, just because those temperatures are dropping off. So we're going to see that mixture of precipitation, which will likely last into our overnight hours as well. Today, we're starting in the 50s this morning. Those rain showers starting in the next couple hours here. And then our temperatures by the afternoon will be into the 30s.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here is a look right now at traffic. We're keeping a close eye on your commute. Here's a look in downtown, I-65 here at St. Clair Street. Traffic's moving along just fine. As you can see, no delays to slow you down. So let's take a trip up to the northeast side, give you a live look at I-465 and East 56th Street. No crashes or delays to slow you down here on the northeast side on your interstates. Of course, we'll continue to monitor your roads and we'll keep you updated. We do begin this morning in Iowa, where we're still waiting to learn the results from last night's caucuses.
Officials say the app that was used to count the results crashed. Now they're going over the paper trail. John Lawrence has the latest.
The Hawkeye State is on hold.
So you've probably heard we don't know the results.
Iowa State officials say there's some sort of issue with Monday's caucus results, and they're combing over a paper trail of results.
This is being run by the state political party and by volunteers, so no surprise that we'd be running into some problems.
The Democratic presidential hopefuls have been trying to take matters in stride.
It is too close to call, so I'm just going to tell you what I do know.
You won! And they're trying to be patient.
Folks, well, it looks like it's going to be a long night, but I'm feeling good.
I imagine, have a strong feeling that at some point the results will be announced.
As caucus goers wait and see who won the state, the quest for the White House rolls ahead.
We take our message onward to New Hampshire, which has a way of making up its own mind, to Nevada, to South Carolina, and beyond to every corner of America.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Despite the delay in results, former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg declared victory, saying in part, by all indications, we are going to New Hampshire victorious. Polls going into the night showed Buttigieg among the front runners, along with Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden. Official results are expected sometime later today.
It is 4:34 now to the latest on the spread of the coronavirus. The World Health Organization has declared a public health emergency of international concern. Here in the United States, there are 11 confirmed cases, 9 of which are travel related. So far, no deaths have been reported here in the States. Now in China, there are more than 17,200 confirmed cases and more than 360 deaths. Health officials are still taking precautions, quarantining some Americans flying into the United States from Wuhan, China for up to 2 weeks. Meanwhile, officials at the CDC are working to expand access to virus testing so medical experts all across the country can quickly determine if more people are contracting the virus. Here locally, researchers at Butler University are studying different types of coronaviruses. The goal to better understand the scientific makeup of that virus. Coronavirus research has been going on in this lab for several years now, and students say with the events unfolding internationally, their work has taken on a whole new meaning.
It's one of those moments where it's scary, for a lot of people, but it's also one that just further confirms why we're doing this research, why it's important to look at these viruses.
When I started working on coronaviruses, I never expected it to become an epidemic or a disease that's affecting so many populations worldwide.
Well, the group is getting ready to publish their findings. They're hoping it helps play a role in prevention and treatment of the virus. You can find a breakdown of their work and everything we know about Wuhan coronavirus so far on the RTV6 app or also at theindychannel.com.
In Muncie, a man accused of running over another man with his car is due in court today. Police say Aaron Harmon hit and killed Matthew Smith in the parking lot of the Cheers Tavern back in October. Witnesses say the two men were arguing, then Harmon got in his car, put it in reverse and ran over Smith twice. A second man was also injured. Harmon initially faced a number of charges, including reckless homicide. Those charges have been changed to murder, aggravated battery, and leaving the scene of an accident.
And in northwestern Indiana, a man is facing multiple charges after allegedly attacking his grandparents with a knife. This happened last week at a home in Dyer. Police say 22-year-old Nicholas Powers was angry with his grandparents for threatening to kick him out of the house for smoking marijuana. He then allegedly grabbed a butcher knife and began stabbing his grandparents. The couple, who are in their 70s, were taken to area hospitals. The grandfather was last listed in critical condition. Powers remains in jail and is due back in court next week.
Franklin College has launched an anonymous tip line to report possible misconduct by its former president. Dr. Thomas Minor was fired last month after being arrested in Wisconsin. He was allegedly exchanging sexually explicit messages with someone he believed was a teenage boy. That person turned out to be an undercover officer. Now college administrators want to find out if there are any victims on campus. They're asking current and former students and employees to report any sexual misconduct by Minor. That can be done by calling 1-855-858-3344. Reports will remain anonymous. Counseling services are also available to students, faculty, and staff.
Despite major changes, a bill to help Hoosier children get to and wear helmets while riding bicycles, skateboards, or skates has passed the Indiana House of Representatives. The bill initially gave officers the ability to write $25 tickets to children who don't have a proper helmet. Police could also impound the riding device until they show they have a proper helmet, but those conditions were removed from the bill. Some lawmakers consider the proposal too intrusive. The bill now focuses on providing free helmets and outreach programs. It now heads to the Senate.
Fort Wayne International Airport is helping new moms travel with ease. The airport now has a private, secure room for breastfeeding mothers to nurse and pump. The new accommodation is a collaboration with Fort Wayne's DuPont Hospital. It also has a diaper changing station and enough space for siblings to be with mom. The nursing pod is located on the second floor of the secure side of the terminal building near a children's play area. The addition is in line with the Friendly Airports for Mothers Act of 2017, which requires all commercial airports to provide accommodations for breastfeeding mothers at each passenger terminal of the airport. And if you are wondering, the Indianapolis International Airport has 3 similar rooms.
Shoppers are losing another place to find organic goods. Earth Fare is going out of business. The grocery chain announcing that decision on Monday. All 50 remaining stores will be liquidating merchandise while the company tries to find a buyer for its assets. Earth Fare's locations are in Greenwood, Carmel, and Noblesville. They closed last month. The company faced tough competition from Walmart, Whole Foods, and other chains. The booming online grocery business is also keeping shoppers from traditional supermarkets. Experts predict the number of supermarkets in the U.S. will drop by 6% in the next 5 years. It is 4:39. Amazon will soon be hiring more Hoosiers right here in central Indiana.
And we're working to learn more about the company's plan to open a new distribution center in Hancock County. Right now, we know the facility is under construction on West County Road 300 North, northwest of Greenfield. More than 800 full-time employees will be hired there. Wages will start at $15 an hour with full medical, vision, and dental insurance. Other benefits include a 401k with 50% match and up to 20 weeks of maternal and paternal paid leave. Another retailer is also hiring Hoosiers. Target is looking to fill positions for its new store in West Lafayette. The company needs to hire 65 people for its new small format store that will open on State Street April 5th. Hiring events will be held Friday and next Tuesday, February 11th at Young Hall on the Purdue University campus. Friday's hours are 8 to 3 p.m. On the 11th, it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You are encouraged to apply online at target.com/careers ahead of the job fairs.
New details show Iran knew it downed a Ukrainian Airlines flight immediately after the plane was hit. Coming up, why the information now has Iran refusing to work with Ukrainian officials on that investigation.
And officials are ending the trial of an HIV vaccine. Up next, why advocates are still hopeful after it failed. Alyssa.
And today we are starting pretty nice this morning, and then we do have some changes coming in, rain chances and falling temperatures. I'll break down all the details coming up.
Team 6 working for you.
Closing arguments in the impeachment trial of President Trump resumed today. Democrats making one last push to remove Trump from office. But they do not have the votes to actually make it happen. Andrew Dimbert is on Capitol Hill with the latest on these last few moments in this historic trial.
It's a fight to the finish, but heading towards a Democrat defeat. In the Senate impeachment trial of President Trump, both sides delivering closing arguments Monday ahead of an expected acquittal. No GOP senator indicating they would vote for Trump's removal from office, including moderate Republicans like Alaska's Lisa Murkowski.
I cannot vote to convict. The Constitution provides for impeachment, but does not demand it in all instances.
With the result all but sealed, Democrats instead urging their Republican counterparts to view the trial through the lens of history. Lead House impeachment manager Adam Schiff.
You can't trust this president to do the right thing, not for 1 minute, not for one election, not for the sake of our country.
Trump's defense, meanwhile, arguing the impeachment process was partisan and claimed the close call to introduce new witnesses and documents in the trial would not have changed a thing.
These articles fail on their face as they do not meet the constitutional standard for impeachable offenses. No amount of testimony could change that fact.
Still, while Republicans get set to acquit the president, a growing number disagree with his actions, insisting the president's efforts to pressure Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden was not right.
I think he shouldn't have done it. I think it was wrong.
Closing arguments resume today, and again, expect both sides to focus on how they want this trial to be remembered. The final vote happens tomorrow, which should wrap up this months-long impeachment. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Iranian officials are refusing to work with Ukraine on the investigation into a deadly plane crash. This after leaked audio recordings show Iran immediately knew that it shot down Ukrainian Airlines Flight 752. On the recording, you can hear one pilot describe the strike, saying he can see the lights of the missile. All 176 people on board that passenger flight were killed. Iran initially denied blame, later saying it had shot down the plane by accident. The incident came hours after Iran fired missiles at U.S. targets in Iraq in retaliation for the drone strike that killed their top Iranian general.
A series of storms that have pounded the Pacific Northwest with heavy rain and mountain snow spurred major flooding in Washington state. Rivers in Sumas overflowed, causing officials to shut down a border crossing with Canada. Residents said it looked like there was a makeshift moat between the two countries. Today, officials plan to hold a citywide cleanup event and hand out sandbags ahead of another round of rain.
While Super Bowl Sunday played out on a warm field in Miami, hundreds of amateur golfers hit the links in frigid Wisconsin. The Super Bowl golf tournament is an annual tradition on Lake Waubesa in Madison. The course is laid out using Christmas trees to mark the fairways. The event has been going on for the past 30 years. Organizers say it started out with 27 people and now nearly 300 people participate. And back here, it's not looking anything like that, Alyssa. It's pretty warm to start out our Tuesday.
Yeah, you know what? This morning is kind of a trick for us because it is feeling really nice outside. It's dry. Those temperatures are well above average this morning. Feels pretty nice outside, but that is going to change as we head over the next couple hours here. We're going to start to see those temperatures falling off, and then we do have some rain showers starting this morning. That is just the start of our active weather that's going to impact us over the next couple days. By tonight and tomorrow night, we are going to likely see that switch to a wintry mix of rain and snow as well. I want to show you yesterday around 5 p.m. we hit a record high of 67 degrees, and today at the same time that temperature is going to be right around 39 degrees. So we are going to see a big change today, and that's due to a cold front that's going to sweep across the area as we head through our day. You can see right now 59 degrees in Indianapolis this morning, so a very warm start, but you can really see where that temperature gradient is as that cold front is approaching, starting to move into northwest Indiana already. 38 degrees right now in Chicago, 36 in Peoria. So we're going to see that chilly air start to settle in as we head through the day, and that's going to impact us over the next several days. Temperatures today, this morning, and yesterday yesterday are not going to be what they are for the rest of the week. That chilly air is going to be in control as that cold front passes through. So starting in the 50s this morning, but quickly by 9 a.m., 49 degrees already, and by noon we'll be right around 42 degrees, heading into the 30s tonight. What's also going on is we have this shortwave disturbance just to the south of us that's starting to move into some southwest counties this morning. That's going to continue to spread as we head through the day, starting to see some showers right around Shoals and moving into Bloomington and Seymour. Those showers are likely going to stay right around central Indiana and areas to the south this morning before we start to see them spread just a bit more northerly as we head into the afternoon. And we are going to start with those rain showers, but by the late evening and overnight hours, that's when we are going to see that switch to more of a rain-snow mix for us, and that will likely continue into our Wednesday morning as well. Possible that we'll see a little bit of accumulation from this system as it moves through over the next couple days. Starting this morning in the 50s, we'll see those winds pick up and those temperatures drop down as those rain showers move in. Temperatures by about 7 p.m., 36 degrees, 8 p.m. into the freezing range. That should stay about 59 degrees. Really, that's our high today, and we are hitting that right now. And then we are seeing those temperatures dropping overnight into the 20s with that potential of wintry mix overnight.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Here's a look at traffic. Right now, we are monitoring one crash up in Boone County, Lebanon area here. Traveling northbound on I-65, be careful. The left lane is closed for a crash cleanup near US 52. You'll need to slow down, stay to the right. Overall, traffic in that area is still traveling up to speed.
Flu season is in full swing, and the CDC has released a new report on the impact of the illness this season. According to the agency, between October and the end of January, between 19 and 26 million flu-related illnesses were reported in the U.S. There were also around 25,000 flu-related deaths reported. Here in Indiana, 45 flu-related deaths have been reported. Health officials remind people that the best way to prevent the flu is to get vaccinated, and it is not too late as flu season usually tapers off in April.
Researchers are stopping clinical trials for an HIV vaccine. That's because they say it just doesn't work. Thousands of volunteers have been testing it in South Africa since 2016. Monday, researchers announced their findings, saying the people who used the vaccine were just as likely to get HIV as those who had it. Advocates say it's disappointing news, but they're still hoping to find a vaccine that works.
The right playlist can do more than just motivate you during a workout. According to a new study, high-tempo music can inspire you to exercise harder, getting better results. Researchers found that music equal to about 170 beats per minute can boost your cardio benefit and make you feel less tired. The benefits were best during endurance exercise like brisk walking, running, biking, and swimming. Results were not as good for exercises like weightlifting and high-intensity interval training.
An animal shelter's viral attempt to find rescue dogs a home using beer cans is an unexpected outcome. Coming up, we'll have the details on a reunion 3 years in the making thanks to this special promotion.
And coming up at 5, Indiana state lawmakers continuing to work on a bill that would create certain workplace accommodations for pregnant workers. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live with what that could mean for those women. It's 4:52. We'll be right back.
RTV6 is working for you.
It took 3 years, but a dog is going to be reunited with its family, and it's all thanks to a beer can. Day Day was one of the 4 shelter dogs chosen to be featured on Motorworks Brewing beer cans. The story immediately went viral, and that's when Monica Mathis saw a familiar smile online. It turns out Day Day already had another family, and her name was actually Hazel. Her family says they've been looking for her since 2017 when she escaped from the yard. They lost her microchip paperwork and were unable to update her information. So they lost hope until they saw their pup on that beer can. The Humane Society is now working to reunite Hazel with her family.
Can you believe that?
Incredible.
That's so funny.
Oh my goodness. They must have done multiple double takes when they saw that.
It looks just like her.
Like, man, could it be? Could it be?
2017, geez.
Wow.
She's like, no big deal. I became a beer can model while I was on the run.
Wow. Wow. All right, Alyssa, what is the weather looking like today?
So we're starting, we've been talking about it this morning. It's really nice when you step outside. Temperatures are in the upper 50s, close to 60 degrees to start our day, but those are going to fall as we head throughout our Tuesday. We're going to see those rain showers showers move in the next few hours here, especially around southern counties. And then by the afternoon, those temperatures will drop into the 40s, eventually into the 30s overnight. Wintry mix possible overnight tonight and into our Wednesday.